The place that I feel is least likely, if he is hell-bent on finding happiness through his quarterback, his touches, and winning, the least likely to me would be New Orleans. Now, I know that he's a Louisiana native. Of course, he's an LSU guy. Going back home to New Orleans could satisfy a lot of other things for Odell Beckham. Being close to family, home, roots, etc. But man, if you were frustrated by Baker Mayfield, wait till you get a load of Trevor Siemian on 3rd and 11. Is that where you're going to stake your claim the rest of this season when you have Aaron Rodgers and or Patrick Mahomes as your other options? So I can't imagine that the Saints are his decision here. He's allowed to sign to whatever team he wants because he cleared through waivers. I have a very, very difficult time believing that he's going to opt in on either Taysom Hill or Trevor Siemian for the rest of this year. Had Jameis stayed healthy, I could absolutely see that. But man, again, you were frustrated by Baker Mayfield on a team that went to the playoffs last year and won a playoff game? And now you're going to be happy with Taysom Hill or Trevor Siemian throwing to the football? I don't see it. If we're looking at Packers and Chiefs, I think you could be happy if you're Odell Beckham in either one of those. And I can't believe I'm framing it this way, that this is about Odell's happiness. But he gets to make a choice here because presumably these teams are interested in him. I think if you are Odell and you want to be a piece of a puzzle that you know is going to win, you sign with the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are winning without you. The Packers don't need you to be there to win this division, to go to the NFC playoffs, to get back to another NFC championship game. They've already got that, done that. They'll do that with or without you. I think this Packers team obviously is one of the best in football when Rodgers is playing and will clearly be back in the postseason. Whether they win a Super Bowl or not remains to be seen, but they don't need Odell Beckham to get to the postseason and have a really good year. You could say he could be the final piece, and Odell might want to be a piece of the puzzle like an Antonio Brown last year, where he joins a really talented complement of weapons already, catches a couple of passes here or there, could have a 3-catch game here, could have a 6-catch game there, could have 1 catch for a touchdown in some games. But you know you're winning with a Hall of Fame QB. You know, that's clearly a desirable situation for many. But Odell's ego, I give this to Antonio Brown. I don't think he had an ego last year. I think he was out of options. Tom Brady was the one guy that I think he felt like he could trust in the league. And so he wanted to go there. He had a shot. Odell's ego might lead him to the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs are scrambling right now. I've heard a lot of people say, well, they've only got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Only? Only? Those are 2 all-decade guys. How many offenses have one of the top 5 tight ends ever and one of the top 5 greatest deep threats ever, or certainly one of the great deep threats of his generation, on the same team? Oh, and has an NFL MVP that's making $500 million. The Chiefs having only Tyreek, Mahomes, and Kelce is kind of a joke to say. They should be way better than this. And when I hear, yeah, well, McCole Hardman's not carrying enough coverage over to his side, you're telling me that the key to the Chiefs' greatness the last couple of years was Sammy Watkins? You're telling me that was the key to unlock everything? No. The fact is they've got enough weaponry to win. They're just playing bad football. Their quarterback's playing bad football. It has nothing to do with not enough weapons. Because let me tell you, if Tyreek Hill was catching 8 passes a game for 150 yards, and Travis Kelce's catching 6 passes a game for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns, and McCole Hardman is catching, 5 passes a game for 75 yards, and the Chiefs are putting up 42 points a game, nobody would say, man, I don't know how they're doing this. And this is crazy. I mean, Mahomes is doing more with less. No, they have enough there. But if Odell goes and Odell does unlock something new in that offense, if they suddenly do start winning with Odell, now it's because of him. And that might be very tantalizing to Odell Beckham. If he goes to Green Bay and they win, they were already winning. They've already looked great. Davante Adams is already better than Odell Beckham. If he goes to Kansas City and they win, suddenly it's scratched that ego. So I could see him opting for the Chiefs for that very reason. Man, I could be the final piece here. It could be because of me. People could applaud me. Supposedly, the Seahawks and the Patriots are also pursuing him as well. Totally see why. The Seahawks are in this convoluted situation where they want to make sure they impress Russell Wilson to stay. They don't want him to demand out. Odell teamed with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett feels like a really diabolical combination for opposing defenses to defend. You could see why the Seahawks would want him. For the Patriots, doesn't surprise me they could be in on this because the Patriots have done this before, taken other damaged goods and found a way to utilize him. But again, I'd caution Odell Beckham and his camp. Going to New England sounds great on paper. You actually got to do the work. And the work is you leave your ego at the door. The work is you barely talk to the media. The work is you don't do anything on social. The work is if you only get one target a game, you can't complain. The work is you can never yell at Mac Jones to the sideline. And the work is daddy stays away. Now, it sounds good to be like, yeah, I want to be part of a winner. Yeah, Belichick coaches me. Yeah, he's helped other guys like rejuvenate their career. That's all true. But you've got to be willing to put in that work. And if you're not, they sign you on a Tuesday, they dump you the following Wednesday. So is Odell willing to do all that stuff as well? The Chiefs or the Packers feels like it scratches the most itches for Odell. Either you're part of a solution and they take off and you're the hero in Kansas City, along with never being double teamed because there's too many weapons, along with playing with an all-world quarterback who just right now isn't playing like an all-world quarterback, or you go to the Packers who's already a train and you get to just kind of be part of the train and you'll win no matter what, and so you can't be blamed. Does feel like those are the two. And by the way, the Chiefs have a good reputation, a good resume of rehabbing guys' careers as well.